Hello everybody, welcome back to another Conversations with Projektor. Today we start with the topic, which festivals am I going to this year? Before I go, you can contribute topics for this series on my Discord server.
I saw you came last year to Burning Mountain Festival here in Switzerland. Are you coming this year too? Yes. Yes. I haven't made like any announcement yet of the festivals that I'm going to this year. I'm going to at least 2 that I've already booked. But what I want to do is for those that are interested, at some point I'll just throw on the Discord and maybe even make a community post about meeting people and meeting you guys at festivals. Because it's kind of like the conventions for the psytrance fans, right? Like how all the gamers go to like game cons and that kind of stuff and E3 and whatnot. We go to festivals. So that's where my viewers are going to be, where they're going to be hanging out. So yeah, for that reason, I want to post in advance the festivals that I'm going for. Right now I have 2. One of them is Burning Mountain. The other one will be WoW. WoW in central Italy. I've booked my tickets for both of them. I might book a couple of more. I might not. I'll have to find out. But I'll just have to see. I don't mean like doing a meetup like an actual organized meet and greet. But for the people that are a fan of mine, that they feel comfortable like coming up to me, I guess. Because the last time I went, I was approached 2 times. And there were a lot of people that said like, had I known that you were there, I would have looked for you. So I don't mind being recognized and stuff like that. Strange people, walking up to me and greeting me and such. I don't mind any of that. So for that reason, I want to announce in advance, like, I'm here. Feel free to walk up to me. Feel free to say hi. Feel free to look for me. And yeah.
Premiere Pro sucks.
Can I just edit the points, please? Thank you. You'll see me getting very frustrated with this program. That's normal. That's just the normal experience inside of Premiere. For anybody that edits, they know that Premiere Pro sucks in terms of their design and the way that it works. So that is just part of the editing process as well. Premiere Pro, to be honest, has a very strange way of always doing the thing that you don't want it to do. I don't know if there's like a technical term for it in design, but it feels like the software is always fighting you for your intentions. When it comes to Ableton, the thing that I like the most about Ableton and why I don't want to switch to any other DAW in the future, even like Bitwig, which I know for a fact is just a better piece of software, is whenever I'm in Ableton, it feels like Ableton always allows me to quickly get my ideas into the DAW. This program is the exact opposite. Anytime that you have an idea where you say, oh, I quickly want to change this, I quickly want to change that, it always finds a way to maybe pop up a menu or to have you select a different thing. Like right here, if you sit like this, sometimes when you click here and you, for example, like have the mask open, it would be intuitive if you click the text, it just edits the text, but you have to click out of it and then you have to click on the text and then you can edit the text. But if you can always edit the text by clicking on it, unless you have a mask selected, then your muscle memory kicks in and you start clicking, and then in this case I actually moved the thing around, and only then did I actually realize, oh, you have to click out of it to edit the text.
Stream upgrades.
Also, I got a new device here. I got something interesting. It allows me to do this, and back to here. So I can now control my stream without having to go over to OBS and stuff like that. So it should be a little bit more interactive this way. And I can just set things up and, have transitions and stuff like that. At some point, I'm going to make a stream start screen and like an ending screen as well. So that, I guess, right now my streams just kind of start and I'm sitting here for like 30 seconds trying to see if everything is okay, seeing if the first people in chat are showing up, that kind of stuff. It would be nice to just have like a start screen and an end screen for those things so that I don't have to just sit here and say like, oh, is this set up? Is that set up? Is everything correct? All of that stuff. But yeah, that's something that I'll have to worry about later. For now, I just have the Stream Deck device and it allows me to just switch scenes right now. At least that is what I have set up. I have 6 buttons. So right now I have the Ableton one, the Reaper one, which is the camera just in a different spot. I might put that in like a folder or whatever. I have the full cam on here. And the final thing that I have is I'm able to mute my microphone as well as the side chaining to the desktop. So whenever I'm taking a break, normally I play some music and it sometimes still gets compressed and stuff like that because the microphone picks something up. Some noise, whatever. Maybe it's like something is outside, and even then the sidechaining engages. So now I have one button to just turn off my microphone and sidechaining, which is a lot cleaner, and therefore the music should just come through a little bit nicer.
I am a perfectionist.
To be honest, I don't think that the mask, the way that I'm editing it now, if it's already like that, it really matters. It's just that I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my content. I think every YouTuber is. We always want to have that extra 5%. Even in music, right? Everybody masters their music and tries to get the best out of the best out of the best to get that last 5%. When in reality, the thing that matters is that 80% of just the general content that you put in here. Like, it doesn't matter how exactly the mask looks around the text here. That's not going to make or break the video. What is going to make or break the video is the way that it's edited and the topics presented and just the way that I present my opinion and that kind of stuff. That should be the interesting part of the video. So here I really quickly respond to it. In that case, I'll leave the text on it a little bit longer. Even though the text itself here is very, very small, it's very, very short. You can see how long it takes for the text to come in already. We can move this maybe a little bit like that. Any favorite? Yeah, but I do want to give people enough time to actually read what is being said, right?
My content is not funny.
42. I do have the revealing the meaning behind my album, no just kidding thing in here, but that's because it's kind of like an editor note. That's for the joke that I'm going to be making here with this transition. Because I end, essentially the last thing that I say here is I'll probably never reveal the meaning behind my album. And then it skips to this topic and it will say revealing the meaning behind my album. And then right here, I'll just go like, no kidding. Maybe I'll even cut to black for a little bit. And then it'll actually say the topic. I think that would be nice. A little bit of a funny joke. There's not much that I can do here with memes and stuff like that. Maybe somebody else would do that more, but I feel like it would disrupt the flow of the content. Maybe if I had a different editor that just said like, oh, but you're just a boring guy and you need to spice it up with a lot of memes for it to be watchable, this content. Then maybe that would actually be better. But personally, I do like to think of myself as interesting to the extent that I don't need like external sound bites and all of that stuff all the time to actually make my videos interesting. That being said, not a lot of you seem to agree because not a lot of people are watching this series right now. But hopefully on the new channel it can be, maybe it will find its own audience. Maybe by separating it to a different channel it will find its own space. Kind of like how my music right now on the Eclipse channel is popping off much more than any of my individual videos would. And I think that is because it's a newer channel, so YouTube is testing it more.
Another reason why Premiere Pro sucks.
I like that between the project tabs that you have over here, the sequence tabs, and the actual timeline where you click that there's no indication of where the change is between one and the other. It's also nice if you're scrolling across the timeline and then you accidentally move up and you start scrolling across projects like this. It's very well designed, this piece of software. To be honest, I don't know why I would why I would stream all of this, because at the end of the day, this is just going to be me complaining for a while about how terrible of a program this is. And yes, for those wondering, why wouldn't you switch to an alternative? I have tried that. Because from time to time I also work for other YouTubers. It is very annoying working in a software that YouTuber doesn't work in, and then having to switch back for your YouTube edits to Premiere and then kind of maintain knowledge in two different programs. So I struggle a lot with this program, but I push through it because I know that at the end of the day, it's faster to learn one program like this and learn all of the strange things that it does, so that you can immediately react to when, for example, you're scrolling across the timeline and all of a sudden you find yourself in a whole different project. You know, oh yeah, I know what happened here, and you're not confused by it. I think that is faster, and then dealing with all of the issues that the program has, than learning two different programs and maintaining all of the knowledge that you know within those programs.
Why Conversations with Projektor had to move channels.
As I was saying before, I know for a fact that this stream is not the most interesting. The reason why I'm talking so much about that is I need to continue talking for this stream to be remotely interesting, because realistically, not a single person that tunes into this stream is actually interested in editing, right? I'm hoping to see with this stream how many people are just interested in me as a person and how many people will just stick around, maybe ask me questions, try to have conversations with me. if all that there is to my content is just me and not the music production stuff that I do. I've talked about this many times before, how I kind of hate, not really hate, but I dislike the fact that it seems that a vast majority of the people who are subscribed to my YouTube channel, the channel that represents me as a person, only really seem interested in the information that I know and not so much into me as a person. Yeah, as I said, many people, from what I've noticed, is anytime I do something really like personal or something like that, it just gets fewer attention. Like the Conversations with Projektor video series, the old ones, not the ones that I'm editing now, but the old ones that are up on the main channel, fewer people watch them than any of the tutorials. I would get 1,000 views per tutorial, every single tutorial, and then anytime there was a Conversations with Projektor in the middle, it would get 400 views maximum. If you say like, oh, just make a video about this topic and people will care more, it's not that simple. At the end of the day, what I set out to do in 2024 is make my YouTube channel a little bit more about me, right? That is what I started or decided to do with the Conversations with Projektor. It's just like an insight in my life, the things that I talk about on stream, which is me as a person, right? Do you feel like psytrance is something that you want to dedicate your life to, or it might change? It's not something that is going to come up in any of my tutorials, but it's a nice personal thing that some people may want to know about me. I thought, at least. And it just doesn't seem like that idea is there. It's not that I'm unhappy with the amount of views that I get, although I do think having a series on your main channel that consistently gets lower views will also take down your other videos. Right, your other videos get less impressions initially because YouTube says like every once in a while you just have a bad video, so therefore your channel isn't really that established yet. So for that reason, it is good to at least separate it. But I was hoping that more people would be interested in me as a person than that there are. And that's also the reason why I'm doing this stream over here. It is a Saturday, so a lot of people are free from work and a lot of people should have the time to join in the stream. But I can say already, an hour in, that this is not going to be my best stream ever. I'm very low in terms of the amount of viewers that I'm getting on my stream for Saturday. So it's already confirming my suspicions in that, again, people just care a little bit less about me as a person than the content that I make. Which is just something that you have to accept at some point. Right? And that is what I'm doing now. I'm editing this for a different channel, not for the Projektor channel anymore. It's going to go on a different channel so that the people that are actually interested in this kind of content can actually, find it and still watch it without it messing up the performance of my main channel.
When you upload a video about mastering, you get more views, and it's important because it makes new people aware of psytrance and revives the genre.
Are you saying psytrance is dead? Is that your claim here? Because I don't think it is. But yeah, if I would make a mastering related video that would get probably decent amount of views, it would depend on whether I have something to talk about in regards to mastering. Mastering is not the end all be all of, many people do think that, but at the end of the day with the mastering you just do the loudness. So what I would talk about is, hey, if you master a track, make it louder. By the way, when it comes to just getting views and stuff like that, it's not so simple as, oh, just mention mastering in the title and people will come. At the end of the day, I have to be able to make good content out of a topic. If I decide I'm going to capitalize on the topics and I'm only going to cover the topics that get the maximum amount of views, I'll be spending the rest of my life talking about psytrance basslines, and there's just not so much that you can talk about in regards to the bassline, because at some point you're just going to find that you've said everything that there is to be said and there's no new information in the video. And the same is true for mastering. Right now I don't have anything to master. I have one track to master. But maybe when it comes to my album, where I have to master 10 tracks again, all consecutively, that may be the part where I actually learn something interesting, something new that I can show and that I can explain. But when it comes to mastering, the main thing that you'll probably find if I make a video about mastering is that I'll say, like, wake up, it's not about mastering. If you're still thinking that mastering is actually improving your track in any way, it's not. It's just making it louder. If your track isn't good in the mix, if it isn't good in the production, then no master is going to change that.
So that's everything for today. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know if you did by leaving a like and making sure that you're subscribed. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.